Hello beautiful people of the internet, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah if you're new here, and I am so excited that you joined me today. As you can tell by today's title of the video, we're going to be discussing all of the books that I want to read in the month of June. And June is the very beginning of my summer vacation, and so we're just going to read all the books this month. Another thing I want to do in June is really settle into my mood reading era. I just really love to mood read, and I feel like that's when I get my best books read, is when I just let myself mood read, and that's exactly what I plan on doing. So these books that I'm about to show you, some of them I do have to read before the end of the month, and some of them, guys, is just the mood I'm in. So let's go ahead and get started. As per usual, we're going to start with the books that I have to get to in the month of June. So whether this be buddy reads, book clubs, or whatever it may be, I have to get to these books in June. So let's go ahead and talk about my book club that I host. It is called Comfy Cozy, and if you've never heard about Comfy Cozy before, let me introduce you. We read all of the cozy things as well as just do a lot of cozy things. If you're interested in Comfy Cozy, I will leave all of the information down below. Anything that you need is going to be in the description box. So for the month of June, we're going to be diving into The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This has been on my shelf for way too long, and it has caught my attention so many times, and I'm so excited to finally read it. All I know about this one is that it takes place in England, in this retirement village, and this group of not-so-friends get together and try and solve these cold cases, and something about that just makes me so excited to read this. And I think they find themselves in a real murder case. I'm also really excited about this one because they are adapting it this year, and I'm so excited to see what they do with this on the big screen. If you're interested in reading Thursday Murder Club with us in June, I highly recommend you do so, and again, all that information will be in the description box. Next, I have to read 2 books for this specific book club. This book club is hosted by my friend Gwen at Gwendolyn Kinsinger over here on YouTube, and she hosts a podcast called Talk Bookish to Me Podcast, as well as she runs a book club over on her Patreon, and this month I'm going to be reading a book for her podcast and for her Patreon. So the book I'm going to be discussing with her on her podcast is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We have gotten another Taylor Jenkins Reid. I absolutely adore Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I feel like I'm not alone when I say that, because her books capture the hearts of so many people, and I cannot wait to dive into another one. This book follows our main character who goes into space and is trained to be an astronaut, and I just love the vibes of that already, and I just know that Taylor Jenkins Reid writes a good character developed story, and I'm here for it. And then the next book that I'm going to read for Gwen's Patreon is called One Golden Summer, and this is by Carly Fortune. I know you guys already know what this is. This is actually my first Carly Fortune. I've never read Every Summer After. I've never picked up anything that she's written, but I've always really been intrigued, and I feel like this one is going to hit really well. This one follows our main character, Alice, and at the age of 17, Alice visited her nan at her cottage and took a picture, and in that picture were 3 teenagers, her and 2 other people. And then years later, her nan breaks her hip, and so Alice comes back to take care of her nan, and then she just so happens to run into one of the guys that is in that picture, and I believe romance ensues. I have heard very good things about this book already, and I'm just so excited to read it with Gwen's Patreon. Again, I will link all that information down below. And guys, for the rest of the video, we're just going to be talking about the mood that Hannah's in. These books are the kinds of things that Hannah wants to pick up right now. So these are possibilities, not requirements. Let's talk about a book that I've actually already started, and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I have heard fantastic things about this series, and they just recently redid the covers, and I didn't love the people covers. So when I saw this at Barnes & Noble, I knew I immediately had to go into the series. And since then, they have redone the next 3 books, I think. I don't know if they've done the whole series, but these covers are absolutely stunning. So I feel like anything that I tell you is not going to be as good as what's on the back. So I'm going to read what's on the back for this one and just you see what you think. He murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized an entire city. He taunted those of us who hunted him down. But despite all these horrors, in the end, I could not deny it. I was the girl who loved stalking the river. Oh. Okay. I am like 34 pages into this one already, and I need to tell you something. This is not for those of you who have a weak stomach. And I thought I had a weak stomach, and I'm just pushing through it. It really did throw me for a loop at how gruesome it started. But I think it's about our main character, Audrey, who is like learning to do autopsies on humans who have been murdered and trying to figure out how they died and what injury caused their death and all of that. And I have a feeling that all of these deaths are linked to this guy. But I do not have the strongest stomach there is, guys. So I'm like, you know, I'm doing my deep breaths here. Just a forewarning. Okay, but I am still really loving it. But I am hoping what I think it's gonna deliver, it delivers. Let's talk about a book that is scaring Hannah at the moment, but I feel like I'm gonna eat it up. And that is Falling by TJ Newman. This book, I've heard raving reviews about it. But I also really love to fly, and I feel like I'm not going to anymore. This is another one that the back just hooks you, so I'm gonna read the back to you. You just boarded a flight to New York. There are 143 other passengers on board. What you don't know is that 30 minutes before the flight, your pilot's family was kidnapped. For his family to live, everyone on the plane must die. The only way the family will survive is if the pilot follows his orders and crashes the plane. Enjoy your flight. Yeah, I'm never going to get on a plane again probably after this. Let's talk about another Carly Fortune, and that is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This is the book that I feel like everybody got hooked on for Carly Fortune because this was the buzz a couple years ago. This has been on my shelf since it was the big buzz, and I've been intrigued to read it ever since. I don't know a lot about this one, but it's just giving summer vibes to me, and again, a lot of people love it, so hopefully I do too. I've been emotionally putting this book off, but it's time. It's time. Hannah has still not read Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This is the last book in the Powerless trilogy. I'm a fake fan, guys. Fake fan. This book is still sitting on my shelf, looking at me, unread. I literally went and saw Lauren Roberts talk about this book. Literally got all of the cool stuff that you get with that, and then she signed my book. Where is it? Oh girl, it better be here. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. For a split second, I was like, she didn't sign mine. Yeah, she did. It's right there. Do you guys see that big LR? Somehow I missed that. I was like afraid that she had not signed my book, but she did. I am so afraid that Lauren Roberts is going to rip my heart out. And yet, I have never been more excited. All right, these next few books that I have are not physical copies, they are Kindle copies that I'm reading. And the first one is When the Day Comes, and this is by Gabrielle Meyer. My friend Keisha is absolutely obsessed with this series, and she sold me on this series so fast. And I just recently asked for book recommendations on my Instagram, and so many of you said the Timeless series. So obviously that means that you guys think I'm gonna like it. So I'm definitely gonna give this one a try. Another book that I am currently in the middle of is Don't Give You the Enemy a Seat at Your Table. And this is a Christian nonfiction book all about spiritual warfare and kind of the evil and darkness that seeps into our life without even realizing it. I'm not super far into it, so I can't speak for the rest of the book, but I have read like maybe a fourth of it already, and it's so good. It is so good so far, and it's taking scripture, which I love. I love when Christian nonfiction books dive back into scripture because, again, that's our whole foundation of what we should be basing things on. And I kind of get a little bit hesitant about Christian nonfiction books who do not revisit scripture. So I'm really liking this one so far. Again, I cannot speak for the rest of the book. I don't know how the rest of the book is going to pan out, but it's really good so far. And last but certainly not least is a challenge that I'm giving myself, and that is From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. I have never read anything by this author, but I just recently read a romance that was very much slow burn. And I have never even read a slow burn before, like where the main characters, it's literally all tension. And I've never read something like that until I picked up that book. And that book was The Spark of the Everflame. Literally those two characters did not even look each other in the eye until like page 500. Okay, so I really liked that. I really liked the pining and the tension and the banter leading up to them getting together. And I don't know, I just feel like I really liked that and never tried. So I've heard that Marion Zapata is the queen of slow burn. At least that's what you people tell me. So I thought I would like this one because it is about a girl who figure skates, and I believe he does too. Don't write that down. I'm pretty sure that I know she figure skates. I'm not sure if he does either. Again, I'm going in here for the slow burn. So let's hope that that's what I get. And that's all, folks. Those are the books that I'm hoping to get to in the month of June. Again, a lot of those are possibilities. I may not get to all of them. I may get to something else. And I may have forgotten a couple books. Who knows? Who knows what Hannah will actually read in June? But if you are curious what I'm going to be reading in June, then keep an eye out for my June wrap-up that's going to be coming at the end of the month. Please let me know down below one book that you are excited to read in the month of June. I am so curious to know what you're reading. And leave me a sunshine emoji because it's the month of the sunshine, okay? It's June, except for my friends who are having winter right now. But still put a sunshine. Remember, my friends, this world is a better place with you in it, and I love you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.